Let's talk about Howard the Duck. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Howard the Duck and how he has become somewhat of an afterthought in the world of modern comics.
Howard the Duck is a Marvel character that was created by Steve Gerber and Val Mayerick in 1973.
Howard the Duck has had several different series over the years, which include his original series, which was mainly written by Steve Gerber but had other writers come in after he left Marvel. He had his newspaper, which lasted 1 year. He had his magazine, which lasted for 9 issues. And he had a Max series that was written by Steve Gerber and lasted 6 issues. He also had another series written by Ty Templeton, which lasted for 4 issues, and then he had a series written by Chip Zdarsky, which came in 2 different versions. One was before All New, All Different, which lasted for 5 issues, then one was after All New, All Different, which lasted for 11 issues. But you could just add them up and call them one series because they're pretty much the same. So that would be 16 issues that were written by Chip Zdarsky. And then he had his 50th anniversary book, which was written by Chip Zdarsky and released in 2023. Now, if you paid attention to how long each series lasted, you would be able to put together that Howard's popularity has taken a decline since his original series wrapped up. Now, there are several possible reasons for this, and I have listed down some of the ones that I think are possible reasons that I will now tell you. Reason number 1. Steve Gerber understood the character better than any other author, and that is why he was able to make his version work the best. This is very possible, as Steve was the creator of Howard, so he would understand Howard the most. Reason number 2. Differences in writing styles turned away original Howard the Duck fans. This is possible as Steve Gerber had written Howard the Duck for 27 issues, plus most of the newspaper run. So that's the version of Howard that many fans liked. So different writing styles may have turned them away as they wanted Steve's version. Number 3, different tastes in characters. As the world changes, there are going to be different characters that a lot of people gravitate towards, and Howard just might not be the one anymore. So that is a possible reason. Another reason, Howard's just not a big enough name anymore. This reason is very possible, as many people who get into comic books are going to gravitate to the bigger names like Iron Man, Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, and Howard just isn't as big a name as them, so people aren't going to gravitate to him as much.
No matter what the reason is for his decline in popularity, it is a real shame that he isn't as popular anymore, because a lot of his recent and older stuff is very good, and I would recommend that you read whatever you can find of his.
Now, 2023 was a big year for Howard, as he turned 50, but it does seem that his popularity still hasn't been able to reach the heights that it was during his original series, as his only really major appearances this year were his 50th anniversary comic and his appearances in the Disney Plus show What If. And now, to cap off my argument about how Howard the Duck has become an afterthought in the world of modern comics, I will show you his character page on the Marvel Unlimited app.
As you can see, Howard's last new appearance before his 2023 anniversary book was in 2017, and his last mainline Howard the Duck book before that was in 2016. So it's been quite a while since he's had his own mainline book or series.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about some ways that they can bring Howard back to the status he was once at. Number 1, feature him more as a supporting character in other books. This will give more exposure to him and bring in new fans. Number 2, advertise him more. Advertise him more in more popular books, advertise him more on social media, just advertise him more in general. Number 3, feature him in big comic events more as like a cameo or something like that. Because he can't really do much to fight the villain, but he can certainly be a cameo character. Number 4, give him a little more screen time in movies and TV shows, because this will get the general public talking about him more, which will bring more exposure to him, making him more famous again, so that he can be at that level of popularity he once was. and this can help him bring in more money for Marvel. So now I'm going to give some Howard the Duck reading recommendations to cap off the video. So number one, and we've talked about this series a lot in this video, the original Howard the Duck series. It's very good, well written, pretty funny. It's overall one of the best Howard the Duck series you can find. I mean, it's what brought him to the level of popularity he once was at. Number two, the Chip Zdarsky series. Now this series is a lot different than the Steve Gerber series because he's a private investigator and he interacts a lot more with the superheroes and supernatural parts of the Marvel Universe, but it's still very good and quite funny. And finally, the Howard the Duck 50th Anniversary book. This book is quite good. It makes a lot of callbacks to old Howard the Duck stuff. Fans of the movies might like them because the Guardians of the Galaxy appear in this book. I'm not going to give many spoilers because I highly recommend that you buy this and read it. So yeah, those are the recommendations for any people who want to get into Howard the Duck. Alright, so I hope this video got you interested in reading Howard the Duck, or maybe watching his appearances in TV shows, movies, all that. The point of this video is mainly to just get people interested in Howard the Duck as a character, because he's a very funny character, and I really hope he makes a return in some capacity, because he hasn't really been making many appearances outside of What If or the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So, that's it. Thank you for watching.